Hey, what's up, Improvement Warrior? Jason Yun, back with you again. Today I wanted to go over something very important in regards to your posture and how you move in everyday life, and how you move in strength training, and how you move in sports. And it's associated with lower body, but it touches everything, okay? So it is the hip hinge. Okay, the hip hinge, it's going to tie in everything above the hips, okay? Shoulders, neck, back, mid-back, low back, all that stuff, and it's going to tie everything down below. Knees, everything down below the hips, the knees, ankles, all that stuff. Okay, so it ties into posture. Posture is number 13 on the 13 Pillars of Health webinar. If you haven't watched it, check it out. I'll link it up below, improvementwarriorfitness.com/13 pillars. But basically, the hip hinge, okay, assuming you know how to stand correctly, I can go over that real quickly, but basically, hip hinge is you're standing here, and then what you're doing is the butt drives back, the hips drive back, and then everything comes down, okay? So this is the bottom of a lot of positions. This is where you would start your position from the deadlift. It's the bottom of the swing. Shortstop position, third base, waiting to a volleyball for a bump, okay? Linebackers, running backs in this position, okay? Whole host of athletic positions come from that position, okay? However, a lot of people do not know how to correctly hip hinge. And that is because a lot of times if you do chronically sit, okay, you're chronically tightening up your hamstrings, tighten up your hips, turning your butt and your glutes off, okay, it becomes very hard to actually push the butt back, because when you're in this position, you should feel a stretch in your hamstrings. It doesn't matter if you're picking up like a pen or a pencil, it's hip hinge, okay? It's not bend over, okay, knees jut forward, and then round forward, and then we have this rounded back, and then all of a sudden we have back pain, okay? It's not bam, you bend over wrong one time, and then you have back pain. It's hundreds of thousands of repetitions doing it incorrectly, and then that one time, it's the buildup, and then it just snaps, and then you've got that back pain, which we don't want, okay? So, it doesn't matter if you're picking up a pencil, doesn't matter if you're picking up a pen, form is exactly the same. Doesn't matter if it's your max deadlift, 100, 200, 400, 700, 800 pounds, okay? Obviously, for those kind of weights, you would get a little bit more tighter. You would just get in position, get in the mindset that you're picking something really, really heavy up compared to a pen or a quarter, okay? But the problem I see with most people when they try to do a hip hinge, okay, the knees are, a lot of them the knees will jut forward, okay? If we let the knees jut forward first before the hips going back, then that basically just breaks everything down. So with my knees forward, it's hard to organize myself in the correct position to go down. So right now, just bending down like 3 inches, I can feel it in my low back, which is not where we want to feel it, and it's not where our low back is not where we want to pick things up, okay? Trust me, I had a herniated disc and sciatica in my lower lumbar for 3 years. I worked through the pain. You do not want that kind of pain, okay? So, feet are straight, standing straight, okay? And there's kind of the thumb rule. You put your thumb in your belly button, and then your other thumb in your sternum, okay? And then you've got like a little section here, okay? That section shouldn't change with your posture. So when you're walking, that section should stay the same, okay? When I hip hinge, that section should stay the same. Now, if I drive forward and then try to pick things up, okay, now it's kind of shortening here, okay? So we do not want this range to shorten, and we don't want it to lengthen, okay? We want it basically in the same spot the entire time. That's our power position, really, okay? So another example of the hip hinge is when you're when you go down, you can take a PVC pipe, put it on the back of your head and the back of your upper back, and then right on your butt. And then you hip hinge, okay? All three areas should still be in contact. Obviously the butt, you're not so much. It's gonna be the top of the butt, and it's gonna be the upper back, or in between the shoulder blades and the head is still in line, okay? So when you're going down, hip hinging, okay, you don't wanna be looking down, you don't wanna be looking up, because everything ties in together, okay? If something's going wrong with the neck, okay, that can go all the way down to the ankles, make something wrong with the ankles go bad, okay? Knees go forward, that's gonna make something wrong, go wrong with the hips, go wrong with the low back, upper back, mid back, neck, shoulders, okay? Everything works together. So that is the hip hinge. Very important for overall development, overall sports development. It's just basically for all lower body exercises. Hip hinging is super important. Okay, so practice that. If you have questions about it, let me know. And if you are constantly, chronically sitting too much and you have issues getting into that hip hinge position, let me know. I can show you some mobilizations to loosen up the hamstrings, loosen up the hips, wake up the glutes, all that stuff. Okay? Everything ties together. Hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Stay strong, stay positive, be the improvement warrior.